mentioned that you watched this video. I'm just going to play it for you very quickly. It's the gentleman in Minnesota at the Great Mall of America who was asked to remove his shirt because it had some, terrible things on it. It had Jesus on it. According to them, it was terrible.
It's associated with religion and no, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not. It's a lie. Okay, but it's the same thing. Okay, people have been offended. Okay, like I said, all we were asking you to take your shirt off, you go to Mason. I didn't say anything. I didn't speak. I didn't speak. I didn't say anything. Just went like this.
Oh, again,
so he's asked to remove the shirt because he's not saying anything. He's simply wearing a shirt that says Jesus is the way, coexist. It's not the way, coexist it's a lie, what I'm saying, but Jesus is the only way. And without saying anything, he has to remove the shirt in order to remain in the establishment. Otherwise, he'll be escorted out. Later on in the video, he had preached there before. He had shared the gospel before in some way. But now he says, I'm not even saying anything. And I'm being asked to leave. And there's complaints from Muslims that his shirt is offensive. And the examples you gave, Jacob, earlier about people being thrown in jail, the one we looked at the other day, the woman praying in front of the abortion clinic, silently praying.
Yes.
Not only what you said, but simply your thoughts, simply your shirt. I mean, what kind of a world are we stepping into?
Yes. In the filthy barbarian culture of fundamentalist Islam, Christians are not allowed to disseminate the Christian message. So therefore, when we allow these barbarians to come as refugees to the United States from Somalia, who should not have been allowed to come here, you've got Omar, the congresswoman, so-called, who married her brother, allegedly.
Yeah, that's
an anti-Semite. These people should never have been allowed in this country to begin with. Not because they're Muslim, but because they do not accept our constitutional rights of religious freedom and diversity as constitutionally defined diversity. No, we don't want Christianity in our country that we left as refugees to come to your country. Our Islamic civilization is so good, we want to leave it and come to your country, but then we want to bring these same Islamic values with us, and you can't offend us with your Christianity in your own country. This is exactly what Islam is doing in Europe and Britain, and it's what they're doing in America. And there's people who will vote for Omar. This is God's judgment on America. It is God's judgment because we have turned our backs on the Bible. Now, I want those Muslims to be saved, but you can't preach to them. I'd like to say, well, these Muslims came to America so they could hear the gospel because they can't hear it in Somalia. No. They can't hear it in America either. Well, then go back to Somalia where you came from. Nobody made you come here. If the Muslim world is so good and your religion is so good and your values are so good, why didn't you stay where you belong? Why did you come here to take advantage of our freedom in order to deprive us of our freedom? Now, this is the reality. Yeah. What they did to Ethiopian Christians and what they did to Somalian Christians was unspeakable. And we let them come to this country. We should not have let them come to this country.
And this is the wonderfulness of multiculturalism, right? Where you try to melt all religions and all societies and all social aspects together because, hey, we all need to get along. We need to coexist, just like that gentleman's shirt said, coexist. But Jesus is the only way.
That's correct.
Jesus is not tolerated. It's not tolerated. And this is Jacob, within our lifetime, when we see Christianity banned.
I will not tolerate those who are not tolerant. And fundamentalist Islam is not tolerant. Therefore, we should not tolerate fundamentalist Islam in a free society. You cannot tolerate people who are intolerant of others.
Thank God it's just the left, right, who's doing this. Thank God the left is the only one that we have the Republicans and we have the conservatives who are standing up for free speech, right? Because that's really what we need is somebody to at least stand up.
Some Republicans.